don't really think that.
The human rights movement around the world, captured in the Human Rights Watch, captured in the United Nations, United High Commissioner for Refugee Operations, is there about recognizing the human dignity of each and every one of us. It is about us in that sense, that we have the same rights as the people who get on boats to come to Australia from Indonesia. We have the same rights as the Aboriginals who are overrepresented in our jails, overrepresented for misdemeanors, which really are not jailable offences. And let me tell you what that means, jailing. In the immigration context, which I know well, I used to be an immigration officer before my retirement 10 years ago. Detention, immigration detention, means taking away your human right to personal liberty. Your liberty, which is so important to our democratic society. And under immigration law, now passed in our parliament, it is possible to take away the right to freedom and liberty for people who are merely seeking a safe place. It is an abomination. Next week, the Parliament of Australia, our elected parliamentarians, will probably pass a piece of legislation that will make it a crime to help someone who is seeking to cross our border to seek asylum. It will potentially allow the authorities who are not accountable, who won't have to explain what is happening to you, to your relatives, it will allow them to take you away, to lock you up for sending money to your cousin or your friend or your church agency operating in Indonesia, which helps people flee to a safe country that respects human rights. A lot of Australians think Indonesia is a safe country for asylum seekers. That is not a fact. Between Afghanistan, where our friend Charman was born, and Australia, there are two countries that have signed the United Nations Convention on Refugees, which means that they must protect and take care of asylum seekers and listen and assess their claims. Those two countries between Afghanistan and us, Cambodia, us. All the countries in between have not signed the UN Convention on Refugees, which means that a person whose visa has run out in those countries is illegally in that country and can be deported back to the country they are fleeing. That's what we're facing in the current situation. That Tamils who are fleeing, the brutalities, the genocide, the cruelty in Sri Lanka, the Hazara who are fleeing the chaos, the cruelty in Pakistan, Afghanistan and Iran, where they were temporarily located, could be punished in this way. Thank you for a chance, which I just grabbed at the behest of my friends, to say a few things. There are websites where you can inform yourself, and please do. This legislation passing next week, the people smuggling rubbish. It is not a crime to help a person to find a safe country. So, while there may be people working in the business and making a very fast and big buck from transporting asylum seekers, we must not punish the asylum seekers. And if they are refugees, for goodness sake, let us open our hearts as Australians generally do and welcome them as refugees amongst us.